Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are in Minecraft today working on the sci-fi base, hoping to fill a little bit more of the center section in, hoping to figure out the interior design a little bit. I'm hesitant to start moving shulker boxes around, but we're going to have to do that eventually. I really like the way that the temporary storage room is set up right now, so we'll have to kind of consider the next moves. I am curious to see how the inside is going to go, especially after sitting on white concrete for so long. I don't know if the inside is going to stay white. We might change that up. We'll have to see. But we're also going to remove some earth. I think we have to move more dirt like we started in the last episode, because it makes a big difference. I think it gives more room to the build. So that's the plan for the day. As a heads up, I do have some people coming by the apartment for a maintenance call probably later this morning. So I may have to step out for like 10 minutes or so at some point, and I don't know when that's happening. It's they give me a window. So it's supposed to be at the tail end of the stream. So if they're late, it'll be good because I'll probably be done streaming by then. But if not, then I just might have to step away briefly in the third hour. So I will give you a heads up as best I can. I will only get a heads up as a knock on the door. So the joys of streaming from an apartment building, I guess. Let's just dive right in. The Wormbow, good to see you. Dan Grice, hello. Cosmic Dancer and Moira are, of course, kicking around in the background as well. It is raining. Surprise, surprise. It is also still raining in real life here in Dartmouth, which is... It's been all week. I don't think we've seen the sun since Sunday. It's that time of year. Better than snow. I will say that. It's better than snow. So yesterday, we were toying around with the edge here of the building. I don't like this gray panel anymore, but I think I do like what I'm doing there. I think I want to push it back a little bit. Right now it comes out by a block, so I think we might be good to try and increase that a little bit more. It's 4 down here. I could maybe bring it out to 3, but I feel like in order to do that, we had this light thing, which is cool. I like the lighting it up from below is a cool idea. Not entirely sure about this diagonal thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing over here without the diagonal thing, and we will figure out the rest. I'm also going to drop that platform, I think, and make it stone, at least for now. Because I find the andesite very distracting. Plus, we've not used andesite in any other places. I might use andesite to texture this thing. So like we might throw like a little bit of andesite here, you know, on the edges, but I'm not planning on doing the whole thing as andesite. So let's grab some polished. What else am I going to need? Concrete. And I think I had some tough. Really wish your cursor would default to the search bar. Creative used to be like that too, but it's not anymore. Sandy, you prefer snow to rain over this time of year? The problem with snow for me is it creates such a problem with getting around. We don't get nice white fluffy snow here most of the time. We get slushy, icy, wet, messy snow. It never, until like January, it just doesn't stay. It just melts and turns into gross mud, and it's not nice. All right, so we're unfortunately not going to be able to sleep through this, which is a pain. Oh, stone. Guess I should have grabbed more of that first. So first things first, we'll take out this upper level. Figured I'd save the dirt removal out there for when we need a little bit of a break in case the build starts to get a little bit frustrating, or if I get stumped creatively, we can just take a break and mine some dirt. I just realized I don't know what angle I'm supposed to be putting this on. I guess from here it just goes at a 45. Just started to rain there, Dan, and you're blaming me? That's fair. That's fair. Excuse me. The rain around here always brings out my allergies. Alright, let's get rid of this too. So you can see the old footprint of the building. I guess we're going to need some stone stairs too. Thanks, Dan. Where did we put these? Was 2 blocks in. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Three and 2, yep. Didn't really set those up right way, did I? And then we had it over 1 block and then back 2 blocks. Yep. It's not bad. Not bad. And this other one was in a weird spot too. Yeah, so that's just 1 block away from the back. Nadila, hello. Welcome in. I didn't get a chance to update my Instagram story, and honestly, I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep doing that. I don't know how often someone sees my Instagram story and it's just like, I know, I'll go watch Joel live. But there is a tweet and a Blue Sky post out there for anybody that wants to go share it. Doctor, that is not a great name, my friend. I think you will find your stay short-lived. Ginger the Lily, tier 1, 67 months. That's amazing. Thanks so much, Ginger. Appreciate the sub, as always. Oh, I did that wrong. Well, I had the angle right. This is probably going to affect our inside design too. So is that in line? Can't tell. Yeah, so it is in line. That's cool. It kind of looks like the same thing, which is fun. I'm probably not going to need all of these. Just Lego, you've made it to 4 to the 5 days this week. Nice, that's awesome. Appreciate it. And thanks again for the support, Ginger. You're still recovering from your exercise class? You think they enjoy seeing you suffer? Yeah, I know some instructors that are like that. Yeah, this is gonna eat into what we had inside here. Oh, that's interesting. One, two, three, four, five. I think that goes to 6 over there, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That goes to 7. Hmm? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has to be no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that bottom one is 3. That's the issue. I'm gonna try to do it without that angled bit. Go straight across. This might not affect the bottom. Let's see. Supposed to go straight up. Hey, there's the Druid Jen. How's it going? $15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. And it goes 3 in total on the inside. Oops. I didn't bring the frog lights. So we'll just start that right up against that 3-part. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th block. I feel like we'd want that much depth. Do I want to bump this part in at the top? Maybe. It's weird. This doesn't really resolve very well. Feels a little chunky. Maybe we have to try something there first. Minecraft's version of sawing off the branch that you're standing on? Yeah. When you've got feather falling and elytra, and you've been playing the game for 8 years, I really don't like this that much. Oh boy. Oh, I can't see anything, so first things first. So I don't want it to feel too low here. Otherwise it's not gonna feel off balance. So we might have to start putting some stuff in the middle here. What if that was a different material? What if we made that stone? Oh, that's gonna blend in maybe. We'll try it. At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 blocks. 6, 7. Like that. And this gets filled in. Two, 3, 4. So over 1, 2, 3. Then it has to continue to go down. I think I like the color contrast better. No, we still have to put in the lights and everything on the back, except for I did that wrong. That part. So funny how the original scaffolding and the original frame has slowly been either eliminated or moved or not used. It was like I needed those shape markers to kind of figure out where things were going to go, but then I just slowly stopped needing them, and always interesting how that happens. Okay, don't need that. Put that in here. Freckles, hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming by the live recording of the Citadel Cafe meeting last night. That was fun to have you there. I think you came in at the tail end. And then these patterns of 3 start right up against the building. Gonna put in the rest of the building. All right, that goes up by 4. Here, put dark gray concrete. Silvery, hello, welcome in. All right, that goes there. Guess I need more frog lights. No, that has to go lower. Right, I didn't do those because they're at head level. I knew I was forgetting something. Zenthane X subscribing with Prime, 28 months. Thanks very much, Zenthane. Appreciate that. We didn't really finish the other one. I guess to get this to look good, we really have to go up quite high with it. I was hoping not to spend a lot of time devoted to deep slate, but I think I do like that deep slate. So it's not that I don't think it's the right block, it's that I'm not sure if we're putting it at the right depth, and it's a lot of work to switch it out. But I mean, whatever. At some point, you just have to try it. Go one more. Okay, getting there. Getting there. Not sure about the gray. I think we have to switch and start doing some stuff at the top. Oh, yes. I need to fill in some of this so I can work with it. Okay. More dirt required. More dirt than that required. I don't know if I want the center of this to be wide open, or I want it to have floors. Where did I go? All the way back down to the line. Okay, do that. The cool thing is we're gonna have a lot of large rooms. Do fun stuff in. I don't want to do farms in them necessarily, because I want to have that kind of spread around the island. So like a smelter, I don't think I want the smelter in here. I think I want the smelter to be a different building. Although then you start to question, why am I building this thing so large? I guess part of it is just because it's fun to build stuff like this, but it's not going to be, certainly not the most practical approach. I should really start getting other enchantments. I should try to find Swift Sneak. There's a really large mountain off to the north. I wonder if there's a deep dark biome underneath it. I'd like to have some skulk and other things. We did a little bit of automation with the lights on the observers underneath the main door, and I'd like to do a lot of stuff that's sound based. So like rather than having to press a button or walk over a pressure plate, it'd be fun if I could use skulk sensors to then listen for footsteps and then open doors for me and do stuff like that. That could be kind of fun. Same thing with like the teleport command that we use to get around the server. It would be cool if rather than having to press a button, like you just literally have to walk into a room, stand on the teleporter pad, however we design that, and have a skulk sensor detect that you're there, and then there's just a certain amount of time that passes before you're teleported. I think that could be kind of fun. There's the elevator there. Oh, that's it. Okay. Right, so I wanted to do some sort of door at that stage. So if those are going to be there, I'd like to continue that design. Probably continue that over here. I just have to keep in mind that this is out one block more, but it's not so much how far it is out, it's that I want it to be lower. It has to be considerably lower. Probably down by a block. Whoops. I don't know if that's going to be white. Probably not. No, we'd want that to be a different material. That actually might be better off as the dark concrete. Yeah, and I think we continue that just so we have it. Really fill this in. Yeah, I never thought about that as like using the command blocks because we're okay with using that on the server to get around. I wasn't thinking about using them to get from building to building. I think it would be more fun to walk from building to building because that's kind of how you show off all your hard work on stream, right? Why I never flew around Westhill very much. I always walked around Westhill because I thought I was part of the experience. But I don't know. It could be interesting. The fun part about the teleport thing is that, like, if I wanted to, I could have like a double teleport. So we could teleport a player from the central area, the world hub. They don't have to come straight here. Like, we could teleport them into a room or someplace decorated to look like a void. We could teleport someone to like the end and have them kind of like fall through space for a little bit. Like that. It could be really, really interesting to have the player kind of fall from one place to the next. And we just have to set it up so that they don't obviously take any damage or anything like that. But it could be fun to... They did that on the Realm of Vastin. What they did was they created a tower and they dug the tower deep down into the world. It was above the end portal. So you had to jump and there was like a 200 block drop into the end portal. And the walls were all decorated so it felt like you were falling through like the rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland. It was quite cool. So you can see the idea here would be to try and repeat the pattern, even if it's not on the outside, just to kind of know where it is. But at that point, this section starts to overlap. Although maybe We do it right up against this here. Maybe this should be over here. Like that. Thanks for the lurk, Lego. Appreciate it. I don't think that's going to be out there. It might be. Gappy the guy, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope things are well. Man, FreeCam makes this so much easier. So I'm not sure about the color of the inside there, but I do like what we've done with these panels. I feel like they might have to go farther on the inside here. Something I really like, here's the original concept. So we're working on like this section here in the middle, and that's okay. I think I prefer angles, so we're trying to do something in there, and I like these horizontal highlights as well. And then there's another image that I grabbed that I liked, that was Minecraft, and that had a lot of detail. I don't want to copy the patterns, but the depth I thought was really good. Oh, there it is there. So like this is wild. Like this is a huge build. But I really like this kind of stuff. So the level of detail there, which is probably just blocks. Like if that's a Minecraft block in there, this place is absolutely massive, right? Just wild. I mean, I'm assuming creative builder and like all that stuff, but like look at the arch in the background. Like that's, you can see the pixels, which means like, I mean, there's an X there. So that X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 7. That's a 7 by 7 square. That's huge. And the other thing I like is this. And this is the kind of shape that I like, you know, going over, down at an angle, and then down with like some details in the middle. And there's like little bits of details here and there. So I feel like something like that would look good in the middle here. The challenge is that it's on an angle. So like, I feel like if we have it come over and then go down and then down, that could be kind of cool. So I've got to reverse this angle here and figure out where I would want it to come over. We could use the floor maybe as a starting point. Come over, angle down and straight. I might have to get rid of this elevator. It's probably going to distract me from what I want. Yeah, I feel like maybe we'll just start up here. Oh, this is at a different depth too. We can get this all the way into here. That. That's too far out, maybe? Yeah, I think I need to get rid of this elevator. Very distracting. All right, we'll do that after the break. I need to take a break once an hour. It gives me a chance to refresh the coffee. You can grab a friend, grab a snack. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And then we'll pick up probably by mantling that elevator so I can have a clear vision of what I'm looking for. We do have the scaffolding to get up and down anyway. All right, I guess we have to maybe dumb down the inventory a little bit before we take down this elevator. Don't need concrete. Hey, Aldemar, how's it going? Been a minute. Hope things with you are well. Halcyon Heights still a thing? Do you guys reset and do different seasons? Alright, that should be enough room. First things first, I guess we take out the water column at the bottom. No longer that. And then I guess the easiest thing to do would be to fill it in. Oh, Cosmic slept through the night. Nice. Halcyon Heights is on its second season currently. The first one was about 2 years. This one is about 2.5 years right now. Oh, wow. If I kept that up, you could make a song about it. I mean the squishy noise, not the Halcyon Heights. Yeah, I'd say that's the easiest way to get this down. Cosmic doesn't like the honey noise. I can see why. It's like the fish head noise too. Was it Hermitcraft if you put a salmon on a note block? It makes like a fishy noise. Ironically, we could have been using the elevator to take down the elevator. Fog lights are not much better. So is Halcyon Heights going to stay for another little while? Because I don't know how much motivation there is to reset with Mobs of Mayhem, or Mounts of Mayhem. I maintain that's a dumb name for the expansion. I can never get it right. Oh, I missed. Man, we have so much work to do. This place is so big. So big. Can I reach both of these, I wonder? Yep. And then just the dirt is left. I'm going to change these to tough for now. I think I might have to make that. I don't know. I don't know how to handle. I like the fact that we can see this here, but I feel like we have to cut that off somewhere. Probably put some stuff away. I feel like this needs a different color terracotta on it. I can stop mistaking it for the other one. It's ugly, but it works. Just so it's different than that one. And different than these. Oh, you're actually not streaming on Halcyon Heights. Decision is no longer part of your wheelhouse. Okay. They're trying to determine when the next reset will be. Yeah, it's tricky now with the drops happening so often. Like, unless there's something really big happening, or a server that's super busy, like something like Hermitcraft, if it's never planned to be a long-term world, then I feel like it's a tougher decision on when you want to make those changes. Oi, oi, oi! What a mess. All right, you know what? Let's remove some earth. Like I mentioned at the top of the stream, if I got stuck, I was going to just take care of some maintenance stuff, which all does help the build. So it's not like it's bad. We will need a different bulker box for dirt. I think I mentioned this yesterday, but it's so strange how these have these bright white tops. But I think it's because the sun is like, if I put dark gray concrete in the world right now, it has a pretty bright reflective top because of the shaders, and I think that's what's happening. See how it reflects as I go by it, and then these reflect as I go by it? So it's obviously pulling how the block renders from the like how it's rendering in the world for me. Sometimes it's a little funky. The Z fighting on that one. This is probably done. So this took all of those red mushroom blocks and made 33 bone blocks. That's all there is to it, right? That's funny. Alright, we'll just wait a second to sleep, and I'm going to need some speed potions. Don't need that. So we've got a special going on with Twitch until December 1st, which is Monday? No, when's December 1st? Yeah, Monday. So today and tomorrow for my streams, if you do a gift sub bomb of 5 or more, it's 35% off. And that's for everybody on Twitch this weekend. So your favorite streamers, great way to support them. A fun little holiday. I get at this point too, like a gift sub would last through Christmas because it would go the full month until December 28th or 29th. Zoom, zoom. Let's go. Cut this off here. A lot of dirt. It's funny, in a mushroom island, there's really only 2 layers of mycelium or dirt, and then you start hitting stone. It's not that thick at all. Other parts of the world, you're going down like 4 or 5 blocks sometimes. This reminds me of clear cutting the area for the Southport city that we built, or started. I said built. Definitely work in progress. I think that's something I'm going to try to do more often now that I spent the 5 years working on West Hill. I think it would be good to like take some, a few months, get the sci-fi area established, but then go into Southport and do some work in the modern city and play around with stuff like that. Even though I don't like the happy ghasts, they are probably going to be pretty useful for finishing things like skyscrapers in the modern city. As a finance noob, doesn't the discount mean you as a streamer get less revenue from it? Technically, yes. So it is a joint discount. So the 35% comes off of the sub first, and then I have a 50-50 split with Twitch, which I don't think is a secret. That's what most affiliates get. I mean, that's something that you can easily look up on the internet. So I know Twitch is fussy about streamers talking about how much money they make, but I don't divulge numbers, but I think percentages I think is fine. Yeah, so this particular special it's a 35% joint discount. So it comes off the top. Whereas in September, those discounts favor the streamer. Because in September, the streamer gets their normal full 58% amount, and then the discount on September subs, Twitch takes the discount. I don't know if it's nervous, Warmbo. I think the idea is that comparison is the thief of joy, right? So like, I don't necessarily, on one hand, like you can kind of estimate how much a streamer might make depending on how many subs they have. I've certainly done it where I've looked at a very successful streamer, someone that's been on the platform a lot longer than I have. Although I'm coming up on 10 years, I think. And I mean, like I don't make a living from streaming. I have to supplement with the spawn chunks is my main source of income, and then I have other freelance stuff that I do from time to time. But I mean, this is a big part of it, or I shouldn't say this is Twitch is a chunk. Oh man, we're gonna need another shulker box. Crap. But it's not a big enough chunk that I could rely on it, right? Like if the spawn chunks went away for whatever reason, not that it's going anywhere, then Twitch would not be enough for me. I don't make any money on YouTube because I don't post edited videos. I only post the VODs. I mean, my streaming VOD channel, Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube, I get maybe like 100 views a video. Like it's not a lot. And you have to be into like the several thousand to start making any kind of advertising money that's worth it. Well, we know where all our shulker boxes are going. At some point, I am going to have to... No. At some point, I'm going to have to fill in some of this island, and all this mycelium is going to come in very handy. Oh no. Gonna do another anvil while I think about it. Mikato says, I'd love to be a freelance artist. Always dreamt of it, but I am, simply put, not cut out for it. Have you ever tried it? I mean, it's definitely a challenging thing to do. Hard enough to organize your days alone, but I won't stop daydreaming. So don't stop dreaming. Yeah, I mean, the thing about freelance art, because I did freelance illustration for 20 years. The cool part about it is, of course, being your own boss, but the bad part about it is relying on other people for your income. Unless you can have a personal project. So this is something that I really like about the podcasting thing. And one of the great things that happened with my illustration, even though I don't do very much of it anymore, when the Spawn Chunk started to do very well, and my income shifted to have more content creation at the core of it, I didn't have to take every single contract that was offered to me for illustration. You can get a lot more choosy, and it really helped to have that supplementary income, because it just meant that, you know, like if a project was not great, or if a project was rushed and you're like, I really don't want to have this on my plate, then you can say, well, you know what, unless the money was incredible, you know, I wouldn't have to take it. And sometimes it was just like, you know, something about this client just feels fishy, especially with all the AI stuff that's out now and phishing scams. Like, there's lots of issues with that. So that's another reason why I'm kind of glad I'm not doing a lot of illustration right now, is because even before I dialed back my illustration stuff, even return clients would come to me with like, hey, here's an AI piece we really like. Can you make something like this? And while sure, it's a great way to get a client to show you what they want, the issue there is that part of my contracts was a lot of concept art. And so they were paying me for my my expertise in coming up with ideas. But instead, now they were using AI to come up with ideas and then asking me to just like refine them. So it meant like a large contract would be 50%. I think I've lost my beacon. Would be 50% less time on the calendar, and then 50% less money, because I didn't have to do any time running concept art. Because they already had the concept taken care of. So that part was frustrating. Also, there's some stuff recently, like with Gemini 3 and Nano Banana Pro. Do I have efficiency on the shovel? Yep. Oh, it's efficiency 2. It's my backup shovel. It works fine with the haste. We were just at a range of the beacon. I think I have to like run back and forth a bit. If I lose it, maybe we'll go get another beacon. I could also go repair my shovel. Oh yeah, it's not lasting very long out here, is it? Okay, maybe we'll start on the other side, because there's a beacon right there. I wish we could improve the range on beacons. Like, I feel like that's something I would sacrifice a netherite ingot for. Maybe not sacrifice, but building a beacon out of different materials, I think, would be a good way. You know, to expand its range and stuff like that. Anyway, what are we talking about? Freelance art. Right. So, you know, with AI, freelance stuff has just become a lot more complicated. Especially because clients, you know, I started noticing budgets started to get a lot smaller because clients were like, right, well, we can just do this with AI. So, like, why would we pay you, you know, to do it yourself when we can just get AI to do it? Now, the other side of that is that provided that I wasn't, you know, I was careful not to have any copyright issues, using AI to come up with some ideas or to check a bunch of different concepts and check their viability, it sped up my process in some ways to check things for graphic design. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's a push-pull, right? Like, yes, AI makes illustration challenging as an individual, but like, there's a lot of artists out there that are just completely swearing off of AI entirely and boycotting it. It's like, that's not the answer, because it's not going anywhere. So if you are an artist out there, and this is just my 2 cents, and I'm not naming any names, but if you're an artist out there and your solution to AI is to stick your head in the sand, I think you are going to be left in the dust. Unfortunately. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying it's a reality. And I think that it'd be better off for people to, you know, certainly shore up your business. Like, one of the things that I think, who did I say? I can't remember who it was that I saw talking about this, but it was an artist that was having a reasonable conversation about AI. It was somewhere on social media, so take a grain of salt with this. But the idea was that the process of making physical art, so not online digital paintings or digital illustration, but real pen to paper illustration, paintings on canvas that are physical, will end up having a resurgence because you can't fake it. If you're buying a painting from an artist at an art show that's on canvas and that's the only one that they've made, you know that it's the real deal. AI can't fake it. And the only issue that you still run into if you're doing physical artwork like that is that you still have to try to promote it. And one of the best ways to promote something is online. And the moment that you put an image of your physical painting online saying, hey, I painted this, it's for sale, come check it out, then AI has the ability to grab it, or somebody has the ability to grab it and put it into an AI program and start copywriting start copying and plagiarizing your work. You know? So, but that's always existed too. Like, AI didn't invent plagiarism, right? It made it a lot easier, but like, people have been stealing artwork for ages. I used to see it all the time at conventions, especially because people wouldn't realize how savvy some people walking around conventions would be. And so here I am, like, as an artist, at the time, an art director or a production manager in animation, checking out people's work at a con, and then going like, that, I've seen that image before. And then, like, because I've got a decent visual memory, being able to say like, yeah, that's not your original idea. Like, you've completely copied something here, you know? People think they're being clever, but it's not always the case. Man, the rain today on the server is a real issue. The potential is there, but but man, is LLM based AI a sketchy spot? So you're talking about like large language models versus image generation? Yeah, I find I don't put efficiency 4 on shovels either. I tend to go with efficiency 3. Because that's all you really need most of the time. I find them too touchy otherwise. A lot of image generation uses LLM, yeah. I've had some good luck. I've used some AI to produce the thumbnail art for Spawn Chunks. Every week on the Spawn Chunks we have a 16:9 image that goes up. Well, I think it's 16:10 on the website, which I need to fix. But it's a 16:9 in a square piece of art with the episode number on it to kind of promote the show, rather than just having thumbnails of Johnny and I. Although on YouTube, the thumbnail is like either myself and Johnny or one of us and then an image in the other box, depending on the subject matter of the episode. But what that means is that I have to come up with a different image every week. And sometimes it's just a screenshot. Sometimes it's a composition or a composite of different elements. But every once in a while, I have an opportunity to come up with something really fun. I did some like Mario-inspired pixel art landscape stuff that looked like Minecraft, and it wasn't perfect. Like, it wasn't pixel perfect, but it certainly came up with a unique idea. And had I wanted to turn it into a pixel art painting, I would have had a really solid start. So efficiency is still here, but I've lost my speed potion. Last one. To train an image generation model, they need to feed a lot of images, and I doubt most of the big AI companies properly obtain licenses. Oh, of course they don't. No. That was the big stink about Adobe. The Adobe license said, like, hey, we're going to be able to use your stuff to train our AI if you want to use our software. I mean, I don't use Adobe anymore anyway. I switched over to Affinity. The nice thing about Affinity is that the AI stuff is optional. Although, you know, Smart Fill would be nice to have sometimes. But if you're an artist out there and you're looking to have a image editing software, a vector software, and a publishing software, check out Affinity. It's now free. It's pretty cool. I really should be looking into how to use it more, because I've been using the older Affinity apps. It's only been a couple of years. I bought Affinity for like $200 and something, so I guess it paid for itself over the course of a couple of years. But I wish I had known it was going to be free. I've also got Krita, which I haven't tried, but that's supposed to be pretty good for painting. And then also, what's another one? Oh, it's the Pixel one for pixel art. Not Pixelmator. What the crap is it called? Sprite. I bought it on Steam sale this summer. Affinity spelt like that. Yep. It's I think it's just affinity.com. Affinity.studio. That's it, Mikatu. That's the website you're looking for. Affinity.studio. There's lots of resources on YouTube as well. I know you mentioned that you do some artwork, Mikatu. What do you normally draw on? Because Krita was really cool too. So that's the Krita website. I've heard of that through Texture Artists for Botania. It's supposed to be really good. You mean Sprite? Yeah. Sprite is like, it's a art program that's meant for pixel art. It's not a art program that you do pixel art with. It's a art program designed for pixel art. And it does animation and stuff like that too. There's some really cool stuff online. If you look on YouTube videos, you can find all kinds of crazy stuff. That's one of the things that I was going to do, depending on whether or not I've got my next Lego set, which I should say is coming. I let everybody know that I did pick up a Lego set on a Black Friday sale, and it's on its way, or will be on its way, but it might not make it for the first Friday in December. So today is Friday, obviously, and we're just doing stuff here in Minecraft, but I want to try to do something different. So on Fridays when I don't have a Lego set, because it's not, I don't think, reasonable for me to have a Lego set every single week, because Lego doesn't come up with enough sets that I'm interested in to fulfill that schedule. So I want to have something else to do on Fridays, and one of the things I was thinking about doing was maybe doing a little bit of pixel art. We wanted to do some new textures for the sci-fi area, like changing barrels and chests and things like that. I mean, I have enough copper. I could also make all of my chests copper right now, and that would help a little bit, but barrels, they still look medieval. Like, there's nothing sci-fi about a barrel. We might get most of this done. I'm going to run out of room. I will probably end up running out of room before I hear lava. And I'm nervous that I'm going to go into a hole. Why I'm walking on half a block. I think it's to my left. I've said this before, but this always feels like a reverse 3D printer. Well, that's the end of the beacon range. What's that next box of mycelium for? Who knows? Who knows? I think I'm going to have to make another one of these that's just for mycelium. I resisted putting labels on stuff. Not a shulker box. Those are all full. Yep. Cool. Another shovel done. We should probably go repair these. I've got efficiency 4, silk touch mending. That's probably what I should have been using. Efficiency 4, no mending on that one. I forgot I even had a fishing rod. Everyone gets to build their own mushroom island. Yeah, it's too bad that it wouldn't be spawn proof. All right. How far did we get? Oh, not bad. We got most of it done. Most of it done. I should probably... Well, I'll leave it. There's no point in filling all that in with mycelium until we know what is actually going to happen, because I might end up having things go on top of it, so who knows. Now we're back to looking at this again. That still gives a decent amount of room in here. I do like the echo of like the 3 by however long that is pillar compared to these. Like there's a nice shape echo there, but don't like what we've got going on here. A lot of this is the uncertainty of like how deep do I want to make it, kind of stuff. Just don't know what to put in that area either. I feel like there needs to be some sort of like overlapping shape. But we're running out of colors. That's the thing. I guess the other thing I could do is I could start on the roof maybe. How if we can get along with that. That might help inform this section. Oh, we could also put a frame up for the top part. That might be worth doing too. So we've got this part here. Thinking about that being the edge. We could start to frame that out a little bit. You haven't interacted with the Deep Dark on your server yet? And that's been going on since Tricky Trials. Yeah. I don't know of anything else I need to do logistically. Like, I mean, I want to have some block farms, like sheep farms and things like that here. But I don't know what I could do. I don't know what blocks I need necessarily. All right, so I think I'm going to be there. Oh, that was not the shift button. Right, from the middle, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for now. Obviously, it's going to be quite tall, but I don't know if I want to push it that tall. Maybe 9, 9, 11. That feels like a good place to start. Now, it looks like there are corners to this. There might be 4 sections. Probably not there. Oh. Yeah, that probably works. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that, maybe. Yeah. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look, we're one past that. That's fine. So that could be like the outside panel. And I guess it does the same thing over here on an angle. So I think the maintenance guys are here. So I'm going to grab my break now, and I'll be back as soon as I can, and we'll pick right up where we left off. Sorry about the wait, folks. I think the easiest thing is actually going to be to wrap up for the day. So it's a little shorter than normal. I'm going to pass you along to Joe Hills, who's streaming from Hermitcraft, but you can sort of see where we're going with this and how we're going to create some midsections for this in the future. We got a decent amount done today. I think I'm really happy with the start of the internal design, but we mostly have just got questions to get answered. And I think some of it just involves me building and maybe moving things and wrecking things down later. But anyway, we will get there eventually. I'm still not sure about the bottom, but hopefully things will be sorted out in the future. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. I will be back tomorrow. I think it should be a regular stream tomorrow. 1 o'clock Atlantic. My Saturday streams are in the afternoon, not the morning. So you can look forward to that. Thanks again for all the support. Appreciate the Prime subs. Thanks for the follows. And do check out the Spawn Chunks podcast, as well as the Citadel Cafe podcasts. The episode 500 of the Citadel Cafe is coming out in the next couple weeks. So that's exciting. We'll have lots of guests and some fun conversations there. Cheers, folks. I will catch you next time. Bye for now.